everybody, my name is Robert Biggerstaff. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I live in Pensacola, Florida, and my whole channel is just about trying to help others through what my experience has been and what I've found with myself on, I guess, either the road to financial independence, really not having to have a W-2 job anymore, and basically building my ideal life, okay? In the sense that money's no object, what would that look like? You know, and I've done a lot of introspection. I do work with an accountability coach. I've talked with a lot of people that are in positions that I would trade places with. Don't ever take advice, especially financial advice, from people that are broke, okay? You know, and don't go to Amco Transmission to ask about a problem having to do with your heart, you know, and you would not believe the amount of people that I have that tell me about stuff and, you know, and say, well, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, well, where'd you get that idea? Well, you know, this person was telling me about it and everything. And so I'm like, well, just be careful, folks. Be careful on what advice you listen to and institute in your life, okay? So what the ideal life looks like, so to speak. And in this video, I'm going to give you tips on building wealth, becoming richer, and eventually, hopefully, you'll get to the point where work is an option. I'm in a position now that I work as much or as little as I want. If I want to sleep in, then I sleep in. Sometimes I have commitments that I've made where I have to have materials delivered to a house that we're working on or something of that nature. And what I have done on my path is basically bought houses in bad shape, fix them up over time, and then hold on to them and rent them out. And so, you know, it's been a wonderful thing for me. And the biggest thing is that, you know, people that I coach and that I mentor, you know, they'll come to me and they're like, hey, man, I want to do better. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, and I ask them a series of questions and trying to get inside their mind and figure out, you know, what do you really want? What is your definition of better? And so what we end up doing is we just say, well, I want to do better. You know, people all the time calling me or, you know, and I do give 15 minutes free of my time. My email's in the description. Send me an email, include a phone number, and I will call you. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If you're one of those people that doesn't like to answer unknown numbers and everything, I don't ever call back again. Okay. So you get one shot at it. I'm not trying to be a dick, but you're not getting charged for the 15 minutes. So at least you can do is answer the phone whenever it comes. I'll just say, hey, I was trying you, and then that's it, okay? I got a lot of people that want to play phone tag back and forth because I don't know if the bill collector's after them. They got, you know, probation after them, bounty hunter, or whatever, but they're like hiding and everything, and I just don't have time to do that. You know, I'm serious about what it is that I'm doing. At the very least, somebody can be ready to talk about what it is that they feel is important enough to get 15 minutes of my time. And so now we got Devin right here. He's a real estate pit bull. And we did have Tyson, but unfortunately we had to put him down. He had a mass on him, and I sure miss that dog. So here we go. All right. The first thing is you need to identify exactly what it is that you want. You know, I got people all the time say, hey, man, I want to be richer. I hand them a quarter and say, problem solved. What's next? No, that's not what I mean. And so then we'll have to talk and figure out, okay, well, what does that mean? What does richer look like? You know, is that extra $100 a week? Is that extra $200? Is that an extra $10,000 a month? You know, and once we define what that is, and it's going to look different for everybody. You know, I don't know what it is what is your why? We call it the why. Why do you want more? Why do you want to be better off? You know, I can tell you from my perspective what I want, and I'll share some things that were extremely enlightening. Is I don't like looking at price tags. And about the first time that it really dawned on me, hey man, you're doing okay, is I'll never forget, I was in a grocery store and there was a big bag of beef jerky. It's like $30. And I said, you know what, I want that. And I just grabbed it. And I knew it was going to be expensive. All beef jerky's expensive. So I got the bag, didn't worry about the price. Second time that I remember something of that nature happening was this. I love pistachios. Pistachios are a very expensive snack, and I bought the big bag, didn't worry about the price. The significance of this is that for my whole life, I had always been buying the small bags, and I'd always been looking at the price, and I couldn't justify, hey, it's 30 bucks for this big bag and everything, but then for 8 bucks, you can get the smaller bag, and it satisfies the beef jerky craving, but is that really what you want? No, it really wasn't. So then I started doing something different, and it's like, I just work, don't look at the clock, and I don't look at price tags either. So that was one of the things that happened for me, and that's part of my why is that, if I decide I want to go do 2 weeks in the Maldives, I'm not going to say, well, let me check on prices, let me see if there's any specials or any coupons I can get, and then let me see what the economy flight is and what's the best time of the year to do this, and and it's like, just trying to shave off hundreds of dollars and everything like that. I just want to say, look, I want the quickest flight over there, I want the best suite that I can, 15, 20 grand, not a problem. Okay, now, I'm not at that point just yet, okay? I do want to be there. I've got to go. So, the thing about it is that you've got to quantify exactly what does that look like for you. Is that an extra $1,000 a month, extra $2,000, extra $3,000? And then we're going to come up with a plan. And so my whole thing is that when I figure out where it is that I want to be, okay, then the path starting here to get there is going to be clear. And what do I mean by that is this. I need an extra $5,000 a month. Okay, well, let's figure out what can we do to make an extra $5,000 a month. Okay, so we'll just say on average every month has 4 weeks. And the thing about it is that we got to make an extra $1,250. So now let's figure out what can we do for that. Okay, one of the best ways and quickest ways, and most everybody's got something in their garage that can help with this, is cutting yards. Okay, so we get the lawnmower, we get a weed whacker, figure out some way to transport it around and everything like that. Doesn't have to be extravagant. You can get one of those things for like a little electric scooter that hooks into the receiver hitch on a truck, and you can actually push the lawnmower up there and everything. And then we'll say, okay, well, we're going to be able to get, we'll say $80 a yard. So then that means that we're going to have to do what? 10, 12, 15, about 15 yards a weekend to be able to get that extra $5,000 a month. Okay, but here's the thing though, is that if you do that consistently for a year, and let me tell you this, folks, this whole thing is extremely simple. There is no smoke and mirrors, okay? There is no algebraic formula that you're going to have to figure out E equals MC squared or anything of that nature to be able to build, okay? It's extremely simple, however, very difficult, not easy at all, okay? The problem is this, us. There's all kinds of distractions out there, right? There's new hunting rifles, there's a 6-inch lift kit, there's a Louis Vuitton purse, there's some red bottom heels, there's a bottle of Chanel perfume, there's a new kitchen that needs to be done. Oh, I would love some new flooring. I need a newer car. I really need a French Bulldog. There's something, okay, that is out there that is waiting to relieve you of your hard-earned money. The thing about it is that don't ever ask yourself what the price of that is. Ask yourself, what is it going to cost you? Well, what do you mean, Robert? Well, I'm glad that you asked. I'm going to tell you, okay? A $15,000 kitchen does not cost $15,000. A $15,000 kitchen over a 20-year lifespan at 10% return on your money each year is going to be about a little bit over $100,000 is what it really costs you. And you really need to put things into perspective and ask yourself, if I do this, what does that really equal? What is the long-term ramification of me doing this and behaving in this manner, okay? Now, I'm all about rewarding yourself for doing well and for going above and beyond, okay? I was talking with a lady a couple of weeks ago, and she's like, I'm financially independent, I'm this, I'm that, and everything. And I was like, okay. And she said, I got a house that's paid for. And I'm like, cool. And then all of a sudden she says, yeah, and the AC's not working. I was like, well, why don't you get it fixed? Well, right now, it's wintertime, the heater works real good, really don't need the AC and everything. And I was like, well, why don't you just write a check for it? Get it done. Well, I don't have the money. Okay, and then she proceeds to tell me that she can't afford to have homeowner's insurance on this house that's paid for. And I said, okay. And then she proceeded to tell me that at one time she had $500,000 in the bank, and then she got an inheritance of about $500,000. And then she met a guy. And he moved in, and they got married, and she put him through nursing school, and within about 7 years he had spent every dime and left her. Amazing. And I told her, I said, it's our job to be a good steward of those blessings when we receive them. Otherwise, we're not going to have them for very long. And she was like, well, there's no way for me to tell this and everything. And I said, I understand you feel that way, but the reality of the situation is you didn't protect your money. Well, but we were married. I said, I understand what you're saying, okay? I do. I truly do. But you didn't protect your money. You made it into a situation where it could be gone, and now it is. And I asked her, I said, are you able for $5,000 or $10,000? What if you need to put a roof on the house? What if the motor on your car blows up? Is that something that you can do, or is that where you're going to have to start scrambling, figure out how to get a loan and get it repaired? And she said, well, yeah. I said, you live paycheck to paycheck. I said, you're not financially independent like you think you are. Well, yeah, I am. I said, no, you're not. You're at the mercy of anything that can come along and divert your focus because you have no foundation. Whatever happens is going to disrupt your life, so to speak. So that's another why. I don't want my life disrupted. If something happens, just the same as if I was renting a house, living, and somebody shows up, says, hey man, we're going to sell the house, you need to leave in 30 days. That's not a problem. I got the money for a deposit. I got the money for a first month's rent. I'll be able to move, no issue whatsoever. Not everybody can say that. So your why and making a plan. These are the steps that I'm going to take. Maybe your thing is that you're going to clean gutters, and we'll say you get $200 for every gutter that you clean. So you're going to have to clean 8 gutters every weekend, or nights and weekends in the evenings, to be able to get that $1,500 or the $1,250 a week, so that you get the extra $5,000. Just come up with a plan and start doing that. Last but final thing is work the plan. Absolutely, bar none, the most important part of this. It's real easy to say, what would I do with an extra $2,000 a week? What could I do with an extra $500 a week? Man, I'll go get my hair done. I get me a new tattoo. Man, I get me a new hunting rifle, Oh my God, it'll be so beautiful. I'll get a new sewing machine, and then I can get that blue chiffon dress. Those things are, okay? And so then we start fantasizing, all right? That's what it looks like, all right? Here's the thing. That's a broke person mindset. Broke people, or not broke people, forgive me, poor people, okay? There's a difference between being broke and being poor, okay? Broke person doesn't have money but will. A poor person will never have money. Reason for that is a poor person spends money before they ever receive it. They're already thinking about the purse, the lift kit, the new rims for the car, the new clothes, the new this, new hair, whatever that is, new tattoo. As a landlord, I've had people all the time say, hey man, can you cut us a break on the deposit and everything? Got $10,000 worth of tattoos fully covered and everything. And it's like, no, I can't. No. I don't ever discount my rates anyway, but no, I just wouldn't, So then the situation is that you've got this plan, start working it, be consistent with it, okay? And that's the part that's going to really suck, because you're going to need to do this day in and day out. It's not going to work on 3 days a week or 4 days a week, but it's going to work on 7 days a week, doing the same thing day in, day out, week in, week out. And then before you know it, you're going to have a stack of cash at the end of the year. And then you're going to be like, I wonder what I would do with all this money. So then the thing becomes is, well, let me see what options I have. Well, I can go and put some money down on a rental property. Maybe I have enough money to put 2 down payments on 2 different properties. Maybe I can, get in on a deal and be part of a syndication. Maybe I can buy into an RV park. Maybe I can buy into a mobile home park, Let me check out some mutual funds. Let me see what a Vanguard fund's doing. Let me see what this, let me see what that is doing. All this time, you need to be educating yourself on money, okay? And you will find that if you're vocal about this, that you're going to have a lot of people that are, you know what, man, you just work too much. You need work-life balance. You need work-life balance. And then you're going to have people that are like, well, and I've said this before, but, 4 months ago, I cut a yard for $40. And this guy asked me, said, man, why on earth would you do that? You don't need to work. And I said, you're right, I don't. So why would you cut? I won't even get out of bed for less than $30 an hour. And I said, I understand. It's good to have priorities and have self-worth and everything. Is, oh yeah, man, I wouldn't do anything for less than $30 an hour and everything. And I said, last month your phone was shut off. Why did that happen? Well, man, I had this happening and that happening and everything. I said, so basically you didn't pay the bill and it got cut off, correct? Yep. I said, and that was because you didn't have money. Well, yep. I said, okay. That's the difference between you and I, is I don't stop making money because I'm not getting the wage that I want. I stop making money because I make a decision not to. The difference between you and I is that I do whatever it takes. You don't. I said, the reason I cut that yard for $40 because I couldn't find somebody to pay me $41 to cut a yard at that moment. Man, I never thought about it like that. And I said, and you don't make the decisions that I do either. You're the one always coming to me with some crazy idea wanting to borrow money. Well, yeah, but you're like a business guy and everything. I said, I understand, but I'm not Bank of America. I make investments. Investments are a calculated risk with a return that I think is highly probable and likely. That is why I have not invested with you. Once you come to me with a good idea, then we'll probably do something. Man, that's harsh, Rob. I said, that's the reality of money. I take care of mine. And you see me working 7 days a week because I've got a plan and I'm working that plan. My whole thing is this, folks. This is not hard. It's very, very simple. But it is not easy. And the thing is that we get tired. We get hungry. We get lonely. We get bored. And there's all kinds of things out there. New stereo for the car, new paint, new this, new that, new, And I'm 52 years old, and in the last 90 days, it's probably been 4 months ago, was the first time I ever bought brand new appliances for myself in my life. It took me 2 years to finally get to the point of giving myself permission to buy a brand new washer and dryer. Now, I bought new fridges and stoves for my rentals, but not for myself. I always got hand-me-downs, always got used, and everything. And there's nothing wrong with used appliances at all, okay? I have worked extremely hard. I even talked to my coach about it, and my coach said, let me ask you this. If you were coaching me, would you tell me to go buy the new washer and dryer? I was like, every day of the week. You work 7 days a week, you do well, and everything. And she said, then why won't you do it yourself? Oh, no. So there you have it. Figure out what you want. Make a plan to get there. Work it. You have got to work it. And that's where people, fall short. They don't want to. It's tough out here, I assure you. But then when you start and you go to like Las Vegas and then you look at all the restaurants available to eat at in Las Vegas, it's tough making that decision because you're not looking at the price. You're just worried about your time because you don't have enough time to be able to go to all the restaurants. Hope you have a wonderful day. If you want 15 minutes of my time, send me an email, include a phone number. Be ready when I call. Have yourself a wonderful day.